Could be. Yeah. Seems unlikely, but you know, I like.
They kind of need a little. They've got decent lockdown versus a Quap, I guess. They need like some sustained physical damage though. I mean, you want something that can kill the Eidolons if they come to the lane. Something that can hold its own in the laning stage as well. I mean, they actually, to be fair, they could go for something like a Spectre as well and just be a little bit more greedy.
Yeah, I'd quite like to see something like that. Or the Wraith King, nice. Okay. Yeah, this is a good pickup.
I mean, this is a really good Wraith King game. Like, if you look at VP's side, it's all about the burst damage, right? Like, they want to use their spells and gain an advantage in the team fight, but Wraith King completely changes that. You know, as soon as the black hole is gone, Wraith King doesn't really have to worry too much. They just don't even take any time to think. VP just know what they want. What is that Quap set?
Oh, that's disgusting. But something to note about the Juggernaut, though, is that, of course, he's going to build a Diffusal Blade this game. I can almost guarantee it. And that could give them some opportunity to kill the Wraith King pretty early on. And also very good versus Storm Spirit as well. If he ever gets himself caught out, might run out of mana awfully quickly. So big threats on the board for Virtus Pro, especially in that regard.
I really like Alliance's draft, though. They have a lot of team fight. They have a good pick-off potential with the Sand King and the Storm, even the Wraith King as well. Like, it feels like all their heroes do things, if that makes sense. Like, all the heroes can have really high impact this game. Yeah, I mean, VP's draft's obviously a little bit more greedy early on. They've got this Enigma in the jungle. I'm wondering whether Tiger will try and follow him around or whether Tiger will just like try and commit to win a lane instead. I feel like there's some games where if you're Alliance and you can build up an early advantage in terms of your cores and just let the Enigma farm, you should be able to fight him off by the time he gets that Helm of Dom and tries to start pushing lanes. You know, you've got the Fatal Bonds, you've got the Sandstorm coming through from the Sand King, Boxy with the good AoE wave clear as well. We'll have to see how they decide to play it, though.
All right, let's get into it. Well, just because there seems to be confusion, this is not a rerun. This is the decider match. It's GSL format, therefore the losers of the upper bracket game and the winners of the lower bracket game must face each other regardless of the circumstances, and that, unfortunately, is a situation with both Alliance and Virtus Pro find themselves in right now. So the winner of this game will be making it through to the upper bracket of the playoffs, and the loser will be finding themselves in the lower bracket of the playoffs. So pretty brutal stuff coming out here, but that's the nature of the game, so let's find out what happens going into it. Alliance versus Virtus Pro in this best of 3 starts now. And I think from this draft, I think I like what Alliance are doing. I'm a little bit scared of this Juggernaut. We've got to keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't have an amazing game. Hard to see how they're really going to shut him down. I think I'm excited to see Boxy Mars. I feel like this has some potential.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. And they're going to try and put him in a lane up against the Centaur as well, but looks like VP are going to decide to put the Centaur in the bot lane instead. Oh no, the Jug and the Centaur are both going to the same lane. Alright, interesting. Just trying to secure the runes down bot because they know that with this Enigma they can't really contest any of the runes top. It doesn't really do anything for the rune spawns, so they want to try and get a couple of their own at least down in this bot area.
Absolutely. Secure those bad boys. Meanwhile, Roger, ready to hit the jungle. No longer sharing that ring of regen, of course. Did get patched out, so he has to hold the ring all for himself. Can't propose to Tiger or anybody else. Although I'm not sure why I'd give his ring of regen to Tiger. That probably wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Okay, he's just zoning everybody out. This is our side of the map, but Virtus Pro is going to have to hold on for now. Wow, what is this flag? It's a big Labruski, the dude.
Where's this?
He's drinking a White Russian down the bottom lane.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Sure, why not?
Mickey just straight up throws a stun at Lion's face. Doesn't want him to try any shenanigans with the Earth Spike here. He's still thinking about it, and he does throw it in, but doesn't go for the bounty rune. Will allow them to hold the gold for themselves. That's going to be 3 bounty runes. That is, of course, the effect of having an Enigma. So he's going to use the conversion on the priest.
Tiger spots out the Centaur running bot, so yeah. Alliance are going to have the chance to change their lanes if they want to here.
Tiger, very, very on the ball here. Doesn't look like they're looking to change anything up, though. I'm wondering what they want to do with this information. Seems like nothing is going to be the answer. Solo.
Ramses is getting tapped at, though, by the Sand King. He's happy to just lay the harassing.
Yeah, he's
getting to as many creeps.
He's here to harass the Enigma, and then just finds this Juggernaut and says, like, "Oh, okay, I'll just go hit whoever comes to this lane. Happy to hit whoever, non-discriminatory." what we like to see. No one versus Quaker in the middle lane. Of course, the Queen of Pain probably has a pretty significant matchup advantage here.
I like how Solo's getting into Koifer's head, like, am I going to come to gank you? Who knows? Am I coming? But Tiger is hanging around the mid lane as well here. Looks like Roger has pinged it out though, so...
Yeah, this is fairly severe from Solo here, and Tiger's coming in as well. They just want to be able to punish this line if he gets himself out of position. So a dual lane in mid for both teams right now, but I'm sure this is only a temporary thing. They just want the Lion to leave. Get out of here. Give these guys some solo XP. Centaur, though, he's dropping really low down the bottom. He's in the trees, and Senia and Mickey trying to find him. Don't seem to be able to close the gap on him, however. We'll be able to juke nicely through those trees there. Pasha will survive. Meanwhile, Tiger dropping pretty low to solo right now, and he's also got the Hex, so I'm fairly sure this is just straight up dead for the tanking right now. It certainly is. That's a first blood for solo.
That's a bit of a disaster, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Now Lion's like, hello, I'm back in the mid lane. What's up, Koikva?
How's the CS looking in the mid lane already? Yeah, so no one's... They're pretty much even, but no one's pulling slightly ahead. I mean, but with the help from the line that he's had, you kind of assume that. I'm a little worried about this Centaur though. He's struggling a lot.
Yeah, he's held back pretty far right now. He's just trying to block the creeps up, but Mickey having a pretty free time here in the bottom lane, but at the same time, Juggernaut's being pushed out of lane quite a bit as well by Boxy, so Alliance doing pretty well on both of the side lanes so far. Look at Boxy, he's happy to trade with the Jug, he doesn't care, he's got himself full walk, no problems.
Look mid as well, like Koifer's getting absolutely...
Here comes Solo though, they've got the spin forward onto Boxy, he's dropping low, there comes the Hex as well. Is it enough damage? I think it very well may be. Down he goes, Ramses gets a kill and Boxy will die under his tower. Quick little salve just to get them healths back. Meanwhile, Tiger comes wrapping around on the back here, but no real opportunity for a kill from him unless they get the TP in immediately. I still think it's pretty tricky to kill Ramsey though. He doesn't have spins, so maybe they can try something. Nope, don't want to do it. Meanwhile, Centaur is once again running back to base with 60 HP. Seems to be the sweet spot for him.
Seems like Tiger's been really struggling to try and find an impact this game. But if you look at the other side, look at mid, Solo.
Oh god, so one getting so low, but with the wraparound from Solo, they should find it. Yes, they will. My god, this Lion is finding a lot of value in his rotations right now.
He's 1-0-2, like 3.5 minutes into the game. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of kill participation from him.
Yeah, Tiger's kind of feels like he's not really achieving anything at the moment. Like, I don't know whether he's trying to get pulls off or like he's not really ganking lanes. Feels like Alliance just want to be giving the levels to their cores, so Tiger's kind of just wandering around, not really achieving anything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Insania is stacking, but he's done a pretty good job here. Yeah, they're going once again onto Koikva. They might not get a kill this time, but the harass is more than enough to make this a worthwhile rotation. They're jumping onto Solo here, and with Insania coming in, they might be able to find this kill. They need another stun. They need a bit more distance, and they're not going to find it, so Solo will just run himself away and guard this arcane rune for the co-op as well, I think. I shouldn't have a bottle, actually. Yeah, just take it for yourself, Solo. Become the money.
He doesn't need runes. If he had the bottle, then no one would have come across, but, you know, he doesn't really mind.
Just dropping a whole ton of damage onto no one right here. Koikva, he's not done. He's still chasing with a couple of overpower hits. Sorry, overload.
This Lion's coming top again with the spin from the Jug. Boxy has to be careful here.
Arrow to the face. He's actually trying to bring down the line. We'll be able to do so. Solo comes to the lane without enough HP. And with 2 points in the spear, 1 point in the God's Rebuke, he just tears that poor support a new one. Solo finally getting punished for his big-headedness, I would say there.
I'll take your tribute.
Look at the farm, though, on this Enigma. He's having a great time. Level 4.5 already.
Yep. Yep, he's not really paying attention to anybody except himself right now. He is in the Roger zone.
But he does almost have that Helm of Dom as well. Like, he's getting close. Only about 500 gold away.
Yeah,
when that comes out...
Yeah, the pressure onto Boxy should start to mount up. Although, that said, I don't feel like the mouse is going to give up his tower that easily. So there might be a bit of a fight up here in the top lane for that tower. Boxy just kind of laying the harass into Ramses time and time again, gets the spear onto him as well. He's got a God's Rebuke, of course, is physical damage, so the spin won't save him from it. The damage coming out. Did that miss?
I didn't see. I was watching mid.
is under
I'm correct in
attack.
that God's Rebuke goes through magic immunity, right?
It's
Physical
oh
damage.
yeah, it's physical, so I assume so, but who knows?
It doesn't seem to do any damage. I don't know, maybe it just did a tiny amount of damage. I'm not too sure. Anyway, Solo on the run.
Hey, Stroombot. Speak for Koikva, he might be able to make something happen here. Maybe
Dire's
especially on the
middle tower
center.
is under attack.
Might want to use that.
Radiant's
I want to use that
bottom
room to get a
tower
little bit
is
more
under
active.
attack.
Yeah, but he wants his level 6, he wants the stacks, and he's going to pop the
Mid.
shrine as well. It's kind of greedy, actually. Tiger. Ooh, Tiger. He's poisoned, and the right click should seal his fate right now. The dagger will tick him away. You're down the bottom. Pasha still just trying to hang out under the tower right now. They're going to fortify the tower in order to make sure they can finish it off with his catapult wave, however. Also, doing a bit to defend their top tower as well. But they get the deny. Pasha comes in and gets the deny on this one. Can they get the return kill, perhaps? Doesn't look like they're trying for it here. Mickey doesn't have the mana for a stun, so we'll just sit here and hit creeps instead.
Yeah, Roger with the Helm of Dom now, though. He's going to start to look to rotate top with this catapult wave. Boxy's tower might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Let's see if he can hold.
Ramses has the Harmony Slash ready.
Tiger's coming in from behind, so they're going to try and make the play onto Boxy, but there's going to be 3 Alliance heroes here very shortly. If all he needs to do is survive, Boxy will not be able to do that. The spear does miss, and that is going to be extremely costly. Now Ramsey's stuck inside the arena for a little bit longer, but they can't find the damage. Without their Mars, there is no kill potential up here anymore. But they will maybe hold on to their tower for a little bit longer, but, I mean, Virtus Pro, they're just going to wait and come back in.
I mean, VP are going to be more than happy with how these lanes are going so far.
Yeah, they're rotating another hero up here as well. Solo coming to join in with this one, and there's a black hole coming through onto 2 double stun as well. And they're just melting to the damage. The tick's coming through, but Koikva looking for more. They might get Ramses here, but the Hex comes down to stop Mars getting off that God's Rebuke or onto the spear or anything. The dagger comes through and does actually manage to take down both. Nice job there. It's Roger forced back. Koikva just being careful. He's out of mana, doesn't have a ton of health either, so they'll just play it carefully for the time being. They get the kill onto Ramses, and now they will chill themselves out. Meanwhile, Storm, he's probably going to have to take a trip back to... nah. Yeah, he's going for the pull, and then he's going back to base, I believe. New mana, no game. Meanwhile, Mickey still just hitting creeps in the bottom lane, 54-23 so far, feeling pretty good about life as he just hits creeps, denies creeps, goes for this Midas, which he will be at in a fairly decent amount of time. Just needs to get a couple of these smaller creeps, and he can get them recipe out to himself and then buy the glove haste from the side shop. Always a nice position to be in. You can get away with doing that.
I find it really funny that when you play Wraith King, you only get the skeleton charges if you get the last hit with your auto attack. So, like, he's got all the skeletons farming for him now, but he has to make sure he gets the last hit still, otherwise he doesn't get the charge. Pretty sad.
Yeah, it's tough life playing Wraith King in this patch. You gotta be good against last thing against yourself. Yeah, you can't just A-click on the creep camps and go look at other stuff, you know, watch some YouTube or whatever. Gotta focus. It sucks.
Yeah, but he does have 2 buttons now instead of the old Wraith King, which had 1. So
Yeah. High skill hero now, I'd say.
no one really wants to get this mid tower just to open up the map. I mean, Tiger's going to basically just sit here and defend as long as he can. But with that Arcane Rune on the quad, he's actually TPing top here.
lane, the daggers come out onto the Centaur Warrunner. Sorry, it's not a dagger, it is a spear. And it does a lot of damage, as Pasha is finding out repeatedly. Meanwhile, Roger, looking for something, doesn't have Black Hole anymore. Is he going to throw the Malefice onto Koikva? They've got the root as well with the Helmet of Dominator creep as well, so on top of him, he's got the Hex, and the damage is more than enough to bring down Koikva. Boxy wants nothing to do with that. He did have... Oh no, he didn't have the mana actually for Arena of Blood, so that is actually going to result in the Storm dying without any help, despite 2 heroes being nearby.
And here comes the big push. Got the Idlers, you got the Skeletons.
They want to hold, and there's that Arena coming out. They've caught Solo, they've isolated him completely alone here. But can they get the damage off in time? Boxy is struggling, and now, well, they run. Oh, nice 3-man stun from Tiger, but where's the follow-up damage? They don't have anything on Insania right now. And Solo will be the first one to drop here. Tiger will be following very shortly as well. Scream of Pain connects, and that's going to be the Sand King going down, the big forward from no one as well, immediately jumping to the bounty runes and making sure he secures that extra goal for his team as well. Full efficiency mode for Virtus Pro right now.
Yeah, they get all 4 bounty runes. That's pretty big for them.
Middle tower is under attack.
Taking as much gold off the map as they can. I'm wondering whether... Does the Enigma go for Greaves this game? Or does he go like Mech Pipe or something?
Dagger again, spear again as they jump through and just annihilate Pasha. Goodness me, and now, well...
It's a
whoops.
Sonic Wave.
He's
Got the wand for the mana.
Thinking about it. She's thinking about it. Doesn't want to throw it down though, it seems. Damage finish off Quake with him. Meanwhile, Lion just gets straight up stabbed in the face by Boxy's spear, and now with the scream coming through, finish up Boxy. Tiger's not particularly healthy, but he can get the Burst Strike forward onto the Juggernaut, and now the Wraith Fire Blast as well. Quake scared to come forward, so they actually just turn around and kill Tiger. Nikkei not going to find that kill and has to actually get himself away.
Yeah, really well played by VP there, just pushing their limits. They get the mid-tier tier 1 tower that we were talking about as well. I think Enigma just took the top tier 1 in the meantime, so 3k net worth advantage already for VP. They're really putting, ramping the aggression up very quickly. It feels like Alliance aren't really ready for this. They really need this Warlock to make a big use of this first golem.
Meanwhile, the Radiant middle lane tower has taken 9 damage.
Good.
Yeah, well, good for VP. Alliance, not so much.
But this line smoked with the finger. Looks like no one's going to want to play with him here down in the bot lane.
Oh, the arena, it doesn't quite land. Boxy, well, he's going to run around this arena, waving his hands in the air. Oh dear. That's, I mean, I guess gank diffused is a way to put it.
Sure.
Might not be a legitimate way to put it, but...
And they're just...
Stun out, but Storm should be able to secure this regen room for himself.
Alliance really needs to try and play around this golem. We've said it already, but Mikkei just wants to farm because he has this Midas. Storm really wants to farm to try and at least catch up a little bit. He's doing okay, but he's falling behind in comparison to all the other cores, apart from the centaur. He's kind of the position 4.
Yeah, we don't really talk about Pasha. He's a sacrificial lamb this game, or sacrificial pony.
When you have this Enigma on your team, you kind of know that he's going to be the other third core this game. So Pasha just gets what he can at the moment. As soon as you get that blink, the aggression coming out from VP is going to be monumental.
I'm getting a second wind.
This Mars is TP top here.
Yeah, really, I'm not sure what they're trying to make happen here. VP up scarpering pretty quickly. And don't really
Stolo has to be a little bit careful, though.
Well, they don't have any catches a problem, so Solo can just straight up run away.
Yeah, Tiger's about 600 gold away from his blink. He is getting there. Yeah, not quite there yet.
Ramsey's trying to come in and claim a couple of CS as Tiger's trying to grab himself some as well. He's trying to go for the healing ward. Ramsey's. He's got the Omni, but Tiger managed to get the Burst Strike away. But now Burst Strike's on cooldown, but he's in a creep wave as well, so just constantly keeping himself safe from the Juggernaut right now. And of course Ramsey has no sight, so he can just
Top lane, bot lane. On the Storm.
Certainly got him locked down, but now the Hex, now the Stomps, they're out of lockdown, so Quakefer should be okay as he zips himself away. No +1s for this fight, so Quakefer, he was just trying to tickle his pickle a little bit.
Yeah, Solo didn't quite have enough mana for the finger there. He's on like 195.
It wouldn't have been enough. He had a ton of health from Storm, I think. But in the top lane, they do manage to get a kill onto Tiger, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I didn't even use the black hole either, so...
He's got
yeah, he's going for this. He's going for this pipe on the Enigma.
Oh, pipe. Surprising.
I mean, I talked about maybe he goes for the Greaves, but it's such a good pipe game. Up against the Warlock, the Sand King. There's so much magic damage coming through that pipe is going to be really valuable here. Solo really wants to use his finger to get a kill down here on the Storm, but
Pasha's blink
might have the range.
Maybe. And there comes the Stomp. They managed to get it off this time. Do they have any extra lockdown? They don't, but they've got a lot of extra damage coming out. And in fact, once again, just using these lockdown spells, so you didn't have mana for the finger, but who really cares? You get the kill, that's all that matters. He's selfless, just using the lockdown, making sure one of his cores gets the kills instead of him, not using that finger. Stacks don't matter. That's a teammate tip right there.
I'm wondering whether Roger wants to try and play around this black hole now, or whether he just wants to just carry on farming until he gets the pipe. Which does he think is more important? Feels like the VP are quite happy for Roger to just carry on farming here until he gets his items and just group up as 4 instead.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's kind of like we saw in the Vici Gaming series, where Alliance just kind of struggling to make any definitive plays and get themselves on the map when it comes to gold. But now we're seeing something from them. They're going forward, zip onto the high ground here. Ramses might be the target. He's got the spin, he's got the TP in 4 seconds, so we'll be in a bit of trouble here, I think. They're even using the Stampede, they're trying to keep him down, and then comes the Burst Strike from the sidelines. Tiger, he's popping up the Epicenter as well, and it will be going off. And with the dagger onto the Centaur War Runner as well, he gets them both. Did he catch him as he blinked in?
Yeah, he did. That spear was perfect. He went to hit Ramses, but Pasha just blinked in and tanked it instead, so they both end up dying.
Nah, don't underestimate my boy Boxy. He predicted the whole damn thing.
Oh, what a player.
He did.
I mean, Roger TP'd in as well, expecting, to carry on into a big fight.
Queen of Pain, is this the place for you to be in right now? Gets pinned to a tree, and then I pass on to him as well and throw down the golem. Why not? Because you got Roger in there as well. They're trying to gang up on him. Don't get too close. He does have a black hole. Probably not afraid to use it, but Roger just being chased down right now. And the nice burrow strike through onto both Alliance, finding their momentum right now. Solo, the last one in this choo-choo train of heroes, and he is going to be derailed and driven into the ground. That is going to be 4 heroes dead. Actually, no, it was all 5 dead on the side of Virtus Pro. As Alliance go on a rampage through the bottom lane, and now they're going to take this tier 2 tower with the help of Mr. Golem as well.
Yeah, interesting decision from VP. I feel like after you lose the Juggernaut Centaur there, just be patient. Wait for them to come back up again before you commit to something. And fortunately, no one gets caught off. And then, save your buddy syndrome. Roger tries to help no one. Solo tries to help Roger. They all just end up getting picked off one by one. And Tiger just picked up his blink before that fight, and now he's got 1,500 gold. I mean, he's having a great time.
Worthy tribute.
That's a lot of G's. A lot of money in the bank. Pockets lined with gold.
All of a sudden, this Wraith King has the Relic, has the Midas. His acceleration into the mid game with farm is going to be pretty crazy. Do VP really have the answers to deal with this Wraith King? Like, he hasn't gone the defusal on the jug that you talked about before, so this Wraith King's going to be able to get his ult off freely every single time.
Yeah, I'm actually very disappointed about this. I mean, I know it helps his farm potential to go for this classic Yasha, drums, into Maelstrom, but doesn't it just do like a ton of, like in the mid game if you can fight with this defusal, taking the Storm's mana, taking pretty much anybody in this team, they're all reliant on spells, and of course the Wraith King disabling that reincarnation could be really handy for them, but instead he decides to go for the Maelstrom build. Obviously helps you farm faster, but yeah, I feel like it's not the best item for fighting with.
Dire's top tower is under
I wouldn't have minded the defusal either, but I guess he feels like by the time the Wraith King gets level 20 anyway, that the defusal's going to be pretty useless. So they're just trying to sneak a Roche here, actually. Wow. They know the Golem's not up for another 40 seconds, so...
There's a lot of drawing on the map as well from both teams, actually.
Tiger needs to be here right now on the Sand King.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near. Do they even know?
Oh no, he's got his AirPods in. He's not listening to anything that's going on. I don't think they've spotted this one out at all. I mean, Virtus Pro, they've just lost a couple of big fights. They shouldn't be trying to take Roche. That would be a crazy thing to do, but Virtus Pro, they go for the sneaky one and they will grab it. And Alliance suddenly go, oh,
that's what they were doing.
Yeah, that's why everyone was missing off map.
They weren't smoking up to gank us.
Yeah, we've all been in that situation. Unless you're really good. Burstrike comes through into Enigma right away, but the silence comes out in response to the Mars, so we can't get that Arena of Blood off. Whose orchid is that? I'm guessing that was Queen of Pain. They're still trying to finish off Roger here, but they can't quite do it. Storm doesn't want to jump too far forward, especially there. They literally just picked up this Aegis, so very bad time to fight for Alliance, but they're still feeling pretty strong. They're going for it. They've got the Epicenter, but the spin is out from Ramses early, and Tiger just comes walking out of the woods with the Epicenter on. They even see it. Like, if he just stayed in the trees, would they have spotted it? I guess they would have seen the pulses, but...
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, dude. Nice stun out onto the Juggernaut here. He's not the Aegis carrier, so it could be a target for them to go on, but unfortunately they've already blown quite a lot. Alliance really need to just stick their cars into reverse and get themselves out of this place.
Yeah, I mean, this Queen of Pain does have the orchid that you talked about, but with the Storm Yules, it kind of, like, just destroys the whole point of the quad rushing the orchid. Like, it's obviously good against the Warlock and the Sand King as well, but you really want to be picking off that Storm early before he snowballs out of control. But, yeah, heads up play from Quickbet.
Pasha in the trees. Jumping in, stun, nicely done, robs the bounty rune. Mikke's just like, what? He jumps in, but again the silence out onto the Mars, stopping him from getting that spear, stopping him from throwing down the Arena of Blood. And if they push high ground here, they'll be going into Roger, so they really don't want to do that as the spear comes through. But unfortunately, Ramses gets the spin off, so he can just run himself away from this arena right now. not a very scary situation for Virtus Pro at all. And Alliance, once again, they're still trying to fight this one. They have got Reincarnation with the one charge. They jump in. They might be able to find a kill here. Beautiful Burrow Strike down onto 4. Now the Black Hole comes in from Roger, but that's onto 4. But there comes the Fox coming out from the Warlock. He throws down the rock, cancelling the Black Hole. Pasha and Roger just absolutely disappear. Ramsey's trying to spin down Mickey. He's got another life if he wants to use it. Ramsey realizes this and tries to get himself out. Meanwhile, Pasha and no one regroup around the side of the Roshan pit, and Alliance are just holding back for the time being. So every single spell just used in this singular circle here is less like, I think 9 heroes in that circle, and it does end up, I think, really, yeah. The buyback from the Centaur, it was very, very good for Alliance. Did the Queen of Pain buy back?
Oh, Solo on the Lion.
Oh, she died at the Aegis. Gotcha. Yeah, Solo's doing some things. Did that Sonic Wave throw off? Nah.
I think it just changed the angle of the spear.
Does it do that?
Yeah, because the Sonic Wave pushes you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Change the angles. You just did the maths.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you
I'm
click on
telling
the
you.
floor because you move. Right, yeah. Like vectoring. I got you.
Yeah. Vectoring. This is big words coming out.
Do we need to draw?
Learning.
No. Chat understands.
Maths.
Chat's smarter than me, aren't you guys?
Yeah. Learning maths with no matter
Viewers.
This is big.
Ramsey's going for a cheeky spin. Without this Warlock Golem, you can feel free to do that in any situation, because that is their only cancel.
Ooh.
What's up?
Just looking at Pasha's items. He's a sad boy.
He's not happy. No, Pasha is. He's had better games, but he was definitely the sacrificial pony in this matchup. Was kind of sent to the dead lane and was just like, "Yeah, sorry, Pasha, we're going to try and get some money on everybody else," and they have been able to do that. No one in Ramsey is reasonably farmed, but Mickey is he's the money man right now.
Yeah, somebody from VP
He's the
needs to
sugar
get on
daddy.
top of the Warlock in these fights, though, so that Roger can actually, use this black hole effectively. He's you could see Insania in the last fight was just waiting for the black hole to come out so he could use the chaotic offering.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mickey charging down the top lane now as well. Has the blade mail.
He's got the blade mail. He's got the boys. Here they are, ready to roll.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Invisibility.
Yeah, Virtus Pro just not really in a fit condition to fight them right now. Solo, despite his excellent start to the game, is not got a whole lot. But of course, he is the 5 positions, so to be expected. But he's got this blink queued up. Got high ambitions.
Radiant's top
What's
tower
Coit got now
is
on the
under
storm,
attack.
actually?
Dire's
Okay.
bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, he's going Orchid. It just feels like he's kind of in the fights at the moment. He's getting damage from his spells, but he's missing I feel like he's missing an item, if that makes sense. But he's only 4th in net worth still. Like, he's doing fine. I don't know why I feel like that.
It does feel, yeah. I mean, it's just all these smaller items, the Kaya and such.
Yeah, the treads, the
Yules
Yules.
is pretty expensive.
Lion. Oh, sorry to disappoint you.
When Mickey gets this blink as well, they're going to be able to put so much aggression on the map. Because you see at the moment, like, Mickey in these fights, he's getting kited around a little bit by the Jug, by the Centaur Stampede. But when he gets that blink online, it's going to be a lot more difficult for VP to try and stop his damage coming out. Here we go. Might look to see Alliance try and group up relatively soon. And they've got the blink on Boxy, they've got the blink on Mickey on the Wraith King as well. There's so much jump potential. 3 blinks and a storm. Jesus.
3 blinks and a sword. I think I've seen that movie.
I won't ask you where you watched it.
Best not to. One thing which this Maelstrom does allow the Juggernaut to do, which I'm now seeing, is clear through these skeletons a little bit easier. I guess that's something important when you're playing against Wraith King now, to make sure you've got a bit of wave clear on your carry, just to make sure you can counter these late female Stampede using the bottom lane. They're going for this with a burst strike through, but doesn't catch Solo, so he can still get the finger off. And now the screen comes out to finish off Koikva. The Storm Spirit is dead, but they're blinking forwards onto the line. They'll get at least 1 return kill. Can they find any more? Yes, they can. Then comes a wall. They've got him down, stuck inside the arena of blood. And Centaur Warrunner, well, he's trying to go for a little run here, but he can't do anything except run in circles and wait for the sweet release of death, which Mickey will very kindly deliver to him with a stroke of his sword. And then it's going to be 2 return kills going the way of Alliance, but they did still lose their Storm Spirit, which is makes the trade kind of
Dire's
iffy.
middle tower is under attack.
Can they get any objectives? Well, no is the answer, because there's no tower here anymore. It's already gone.
I think Alliance will be happy with that, though. Like, they didn't have to really commit too much They use the arena, but it's whatever, right? Like, it's not, the cooldown's not that long. Only 75 seconds at this point. Feels like Alliance are just quite happy to just keep farming though.
Got no one. He's like, I'm on fire. Something's going on here. There's a Mickey nearby, and they're going to try and jump on him, but we need to pop in that blade mail to force no one back. Just make this fight a little bit longer, but there's a lot of heroes from Virtus Pro coming in on this one. Boxy's waiting in the trees. They're going to let him die once. Insania is here. They've got the Chaotic Offering. In they go, but the blink away from Mickey. They just swap positions. They all of a sudden Boxy, where the Wraith King was, and they're going forward onto Koik, but it's cancelled out by the Golem. Once again, Mickey running around the front of this fight, and now the Omni Slash coming through, but it gets absorbed by the Golem. No, back to Mickey, and will finish him off. The Epicenter now coming through with the blink, with the burst strike coming through onto Ramses. Ramses dropping low on HP, trying to run himself away. Can the Golem find him? No, it cannot. Ramses gets away. Meanwhile, on the backside of the fight, they'll find Tiger as well. So Virtus Pro cleaning up many heroes on the side of Alliance. Now no one looking for more. He might find Boxy. Boxy gets the spear off, trying to get himself away. He's got a blink dagger in 1 second, but no, he doesn't, because there's a shadow strike on him as well. He steals the double damage away, but that's about it. No one grabs another. That is 4 kills on the side of Virtus Pro. That fight could not have gone worse for Alliance.
Yeah, where was the Fatal Bonds from Insania? Like, he used the Golem, he used that Upheaval, but I didn't see any Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, you gotta get the upheaval off, dude. Like, who cares about Fatal Bonds? You need to get that AoE slow.
Yeah, that's true. They have a Blink Quap and a Jug Spin and a Stampede, but it's okay. I mean, the problem with that fight is it's so split up, right? Like, Alliance want to take these big 5-on-5 engagements in enclosed areas, you know, with the Epi, the Arena, the Chaotic Offering, but the Wraith King gets picked off right at the start. Like, he melted so quickly to the damage from the Jug. So with this Mjolnir, Ramses attacks so quickly.
And there's a problem with his build, really. Like, you know, 2k health is okay, and, you know, what's his armor like? Not fantastic. It's not super comfy for Mickey, especially when it comes to tank ability. Like, he can frontline because he's got 2 lives, but not because he's got a ton of health. Also, I found it really funny the way that they basically never swapped each other, because the Boxy just wanted to blink in and try and get the arena off, but Wraith King was like, nope, I'm out, and then everyone was just found themselves attacking Boxy. Wait a minute, wasn't this guy Wraith King a second ago?
I don't know whether Solo precast the Hex on the Mars before he blinked in, or like was trying to Hex the Wraith King before he blinked out, and so that when the Mars blinked on top of where the Wraith King was, he took the Hex. It was interesting. Yeah, the Roche is back up again now, so both teams are going to have to hover around that. Really risky for VP to take, though. We talked about Alliance wanting to take fights in enclosed areas. Roshan Pit's definitely an enclosed area.
It is. Probably the most enclosed area on the map. Koikfo just wants to work towards this Orchid right now. He's definitely found himself falling off a bit of a cliff in terms of usefulness in these fights. Feeling that mostly in the last fight, although getting picked off a few times at key moments really sends him behind. A Storm always want to be playing from in front, which is not the situation Koik is in right now. Meanwhile, they throw a spear at the line, and they might just be able to grab this pick off, because Virtus Pro do not value him enough to actually try and go for this one, but this means that he's got no buyback. 40 seconds without line is going to give him more than enough time to take Roshan, so with that simple pick off, I think they might have just secured this Roche.
Without Koik, though, the Roche is really difficult. Like, they can take it, but they need Koik to come over like as soon as possible, but they seem to be just happy to chill a little bit first. I think it's a little bit worrying.
Yeah, 20 seconds until the Lion's back, and Virtus Pro, they'll be happy to take the fight a little bit earlier than that, to be honest, because he's not that vital for the initiation. As long as they can just get him in the backlines and be able to stun up the Storm in the right situations, should be okay. Mickey just jumping forwards here, but of course the very quick spin coming out from the Juggernaut. Okay, will, however, Midas the Helm of the Dominator creep.
Very sad when that Helm of Dom creep dies to the Midas.
Huh. Roger actually went for a BKB.
Yeah, I think that's fine, though. Like, it stops the magical damage from the Warlock, the Sand King, the Storm, the Mars. Like, even this Radiance burn damage coming through. Like, if you get Blink, it doesn't really change too much before you get the BKB.
Yeah, that's true, but Chaotic Offering is always going to be there, and so far Insania has done a very good job on getting it off to cancel that black hole almost immediately.
The thing is, if Roger gets Blink, though, like, he is reliant on his team catching the Warlock and then they need to stop the Sand King and the Wraith King as well. Whereas if he gets BKB, he's only reliant on his team getting the
Get
Warlock.
distracted. They're going for the line outside the pit, but Solo just turns around with the Hex onto the Wraith King right now. The spear comes flying through, but actually misses everybody. Mickey, he's just losing his first life here. He's going to go down. Once again, the Reincarnation popped very early, and the Stomp comes in immediately. Now the Omni Slash on top of it as well. Tiger comes in, and they both just get annihilated. No chance of survival there. They look forward to the Mars as well. He's limping into the tree line, but there is no route of escape. Boxy is going to get his peanut buttered in the trees, and now Virtus Pro, they will pick up what they started. Alliance, that was not the fight for you, and meanwhile, Koikva, well, I don't know where he was. I don't know. I'm sure he was making his way over, but just couldn't get there in time because they saw that Roche was being taken, and they just kind of got a bit jumpy, got a bit put on edge since the last Roche steal, and they end up taking a very big hit. My God.
There was a wonderful item on the courier that Mickey could have really used there, which was the BKB. And unfortunately, didn't quite get to him in time. And that's going to make Alliance really suffer here. It feels like VP are hitting their timings much better than Alliance are. But you just have to be a little bit patient there. If you know this BKB is coming out on the courier, you don't need to commit to the fight quite so soon.
And he just dropped. This Wraith King feels like you know when you have a biscuit and you have it with coffee and you dip your biscuit in the coffee and then your biscuit goes all soggy and gross and just falls apart. That's the state which Mickey is in right now.
That's quite a good analogy, actually. I like that.
Yeah, maybe we can
Big
like
fan.
Midnight Pulse is kind of like the water, which just seems to be melting through him right now. But
Okay, so Koikva has the Orchid and he's about 1,700 gold, so he's going to need a BKB next as well. But if he can get that BKB online between him, Boxy, and Mickey, the fight should be going a lot better for Alliance at that point.
indeed, but you know, it's all good and well saying that, but so far everything which Alliance have put down, Virtus Pro have been able to answer with. Definitely feeling like, one of the closer games we've had today, though.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
And
despite the
it's-
8k gold advantage, I'm still feeling like Alliance have a very good opportunity to swing this in their favor at any given moment. Especially if Koikva turns up to a fight.
Yeah, it felt like Vici were a level ahead of everybody in this group. Unfortunately, you didn't get to see Vici versus
Look at the
VP.
Warlock on the map, sorry. He just scribbled out both the jungles. Sadie's just like, no more jungling! Stop it!
Pasha's like, no jungle bot either.
No, he's just marking where they are, I believe. Meanwhile, Koikva's just like, screw you, Captain. I want my BKB.
Interesting, Sanking's going back for a Veil now. I would have assumed he would have gone for something bigger, maybe like start to build into a Hex, but he wants to go back for the extra burst damage. And the other big thing I think we have to look forward to here is the Scream of Pain on the Queen of Pain level 25 with the Fear. You know, if no one can get that online, Queen of Pain becomes a completely different hero at level 25.
She turns into
It's
this
really-
hero with very limited lockdown potential to a hero with some fantastic lockdown and repositioning, which is always a fantastic thing to have on your team. So, Alliance gonna need to find.
I feel like Insania might be in a little bit of a bad place here.
Yeah, who's the one who said no one going in the jungle, by the way? Insania gets jumped upon, and it will not be lasting very long. And Solo just completely ignored that entire engagement because he was looking for the +1 already. Koikva is nearby. How bad does that feel if you're Insania, by the way? Telling your team not to jungle for ages, and then the first step you take into your own jungle, you instantly get killed?
Yeah, it feels pretty bad. Ooh, there's a BKB for Boxy on the courier. But this tower's starting to get hit at. Yeah, Alliance have to be, ready for this. What are they doing here?
Well, Mickey's kind of just right next to them, and Ramsey's just ignoring him and hitting the tower. The Fortify will be forced out. This seems to be what Virtus Pro were after. Now they clear themselves back a bit.
Yeah, Roger has the Blink BKB now as well, so Alliance have to be really careful here. Okay, so all the cores on Alliance have a BKB. This is the time where they have to try and take a big fight here. If these first BKB usages don't achieve too much, it feels like Alliance are going to be kicking themselves. This is a big moment for them.
They need to find a fight. And not only that, but they need to find a fight where they can not all get black holed, where they can control up the lion and stop him from jumping on people, but I guess that is less of a prerogative with the BKBs up, but still.
Feels like Insane he's just been wandering around this whole game. Just chilling.
Well, if there's no fight going off, then yeah, pretty much warding, de-warding, getting information. I mean, he was happy to die earlier on in the jungle here, right? Because he's just absorbing the gank for his team. It's not a big deal.
How many purges do they have on VP? They've got the spin. Pasha's getting Lotus. I guess... Oh, mid. This line might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, this line is definitely a little bit of trouble, but no one is fighting up into Boxy right now. Boxy just clearing out to the trees, though. Alliance, they just go to hit and run. Meanwhile, Pasha TPing out. Tiger can't do anything about that.
It doesn't have the yaws on the Sand King to follow up after the stun, unfortunately.
Should have force-staffed him up into Boxy's spear, man. I'm just kidding.
If the Centaur's facing the right way.
Yeah, I couldn't really... I think he was.
I wasn't looking.
Yeah, because you have to face home to TP home.
That's true, that's true.
So it would have worked. Get me in as a coach, Alliance. Hit me up on Twitter. My DM's
Roger.
Wow, he's in pretty deep right now, trying to go, but in comes Quakefor sliding into this fight right now. They've got Pasha locked down, but this guy is very, very tanky. They can't slice through the meaty Centaur just yet, so unfortunately the BKBs have popped. Nothing really gained from it right now. This is a dangerous situation for Alliance to be in. I kind of want them to back out right now.
That was a perfect opportunity for a black hole there from Roger, but he didn't know where the Warlock was because he didn't have vision, so was too scared to throw it out. He could have hit the Wraithing and the Storm there.
So, 36 minutes in, and again, this game feels like it's hanging in a really delicate balance. I'm not entirely sure who's going to be coming out on top of this one. Obviously, Virtus Pro feeling a little bit on top, but I wouldn't want to call it.
It's close, isn't it? These are the best kinds of games to cast. You know, you never know who's going to come out on top.
Indeed.
Both teams have really good team fight as well, which makes it interesting whenever these fights break out. It's not like you can tell exactly what's going to happen because there's so many different
variables. Hiding in the trees, he sees him coming, he's going for the TP. No one will not be able to find him. Didn't really have anything anyway, and he did solo over there, but he did have the blink. Was certainly possible.
Just give him the BM Orchid.
Yeah. Well, you won't be able to cast any spells when you get back to your shrine.
I'd like to see no one take the 40-minute tome for VP just to get towards this level 25.
Ramses took a very, very important U-turn there. He's literally like, well, no, I'm going to go this way, actually. And that decision might have saved his life. Again, everybody coming very, very close to just getting picked off here, and anything could just trigger a chain of events which could send one team rocketing into the lead.
Yeah, VP desperately trying to hold this high ground here. They understand how important vision is.
They have the Wraith King a little bit, but again, not really a target they super want to go on. Let's say that. They're taking him down pretty quickly. They actually forced off him out of the arena. Probably not the play as they jump forwards onto the Centaur Warrior. Centaur dropping low. We're going to fly in with that BKB. Mick with the BKB as well. Omni Slash coming through, but everybody's grouping up for it, so it's not really doing any damage to anyone in particular. Jumping forwards onto Boxy now. Boxy, those BKBs are starting to get low. They'll spear the Juggernaut to a tree and get themselves out. Lion's trying to go for the runaway here. Solo comes in, though, stunning up Quakefor. Is a great target to catch on the backlines here. Mick trying to turn around. The black hole comes in, landing onto no one because he's already dead. Quakefor is out of this one and standing up onto the high ground, going to go for the TP and will be successful in doing so. Mickey should also make it out of this one as well, but all in all, a pretty good fight for Virtus Pro. No real winner, although now they're onto the high ground. Might have to change my tune a bit. Ramsey just straight up takes the tower. Mickey onto the front lines. He doesn't have the reincarnation, or does he? He actually does. My bad. He just comes off cooldown now as Ramsey comes around, tries to slice him up. Quakefor running forwards, jumping onto both. They've got the fatal bonds onto them. This could be doing a lot of damage. He's looking forwards for more. Jumping onto no one. Can't find a target as the rest of the team will deal with Roger, and now they look towards the line as well. The Burrow Strike comes through. Should be able to take down the line, and that will be the end of the fight, I believe, as no one has a BKB TP away. So that is going to be 3 heroes dead on the side of Virtus Pro in total, but the Centaur in the previous engagement and 2 in this. Buybacks are available from Virtus Pro if they want to hold on to this Roche. There is an Aghanim Scepter in there. This could be good on pretty much anybody. Who do you give it to?
Give it to the Wraith King for the memes.
No!
Let's go.
The buyback from the Lamb, the buyback from the Enigma. They want to take this fight. They don't have their ultimates. They've got Stampede, and that is about it. Mimon Alliance, they're looking pretty peachy. They're going to have everything right now. They jump forward. Lion, he's out of position. Solo caught out. He's dead. Back into the Roche pit they go.
It's a dieback. I mean, there's 80 seconds here. Like solo. What? Insanity with the pre-upheaval as well.
What
Just
can
in
you do?
case.
Look at this guy. Look at the Sassy Vanisher trying to get into the pit. Roger around the other side, trying to spook them, I think, with more than anything. Roshan getting so low. All the units in as well. Pasha jumps in with the stun, but Ramses will be able to pick up the Aegis. The Alliance lose Roshan. They lose just about everything right now, but they're going to try and turn around and take this fight anyway. They're all inside the arena, and with the damage coming through, Roger might be falling. Yes, he certainly will be. Mickey dropping low, but he's got the reincarnation. Ramses is in some trouble, but he has got the respawn, so he's going to get that Aegis drop. Meanwhile, no one taking the fight, but he's got to be careful. The BKB doesn't save you from all of this right-click damage, which Alliance are pouring out right now. Boxy just turning around and fighting as Pashy gets chased to the sidelines. Now Boxy being forced out, but he's got the Omni Slash, and with the Sonic Wave as well, they'll tear through Alliance. 2 heroes dropping just like that. Ramsey's just going to try and focus on the Golem instead. Looks like he will be able to get himself away, and it's a slightly good... I mean, again, these fights, there's just no real winner. I gotta say, I don't know, I think Alliance, I mean, well, I guess the Roshan and the Aegis and everything going the way of Virtus Pro. Do we see who got the Aghanims? That go to Enigma.
I assume they just took it in the middle of the fight and then
I think so.
gave it to him afterwards. But there was a really sick Lincolns from No One on the end of that fight where the Jug was running away after he used spin and the Wraith King went to stun. No One quickly used the Lincolns on him to cancel it out, just to secure the Ramses retreat.
Easy, Tiger. Oh, he's actually turning around with the Juggernaut here. They've got the spear coming out as well. Does actually miss that one somehow, but as Solo goes down, Ramses, he's got a TP. He's got to use it, but this might be too late. He realizes it's too late and realizes he has to get himself away. The Burst Strike comes through onto the Queen of Pain instead. Ramses hopping the BKB and trying to turn this one around, but they've got the spear to keep the Queen of Pain locked down, and they're just going to ignore her as he finishes off the kill. Mickey gets him. Ramses now with the BKB as well, but that runs out. How much more do you need? Well, a Stampede is going to be thrown into him as well, and Ramses uses just about every single resource which BP can give him to get himself out of this one, including Queen of Pain's life. Basically uses a meat shield there, but he does get out the Juggernaut.
Yeah, he tried to do the same thing again that fight with the Lincolns where he put it on the Jug, but Jug popped BKB at the same time, so he didn't really need it, which meant as soon as No One used that Lincolns on him, he was done. Because the stun from the Wraith King came out.
Finally found the cheese, by the way. Wraith King has it. Stun out. I think he's alright. Oh no, Koikba comes ion cannoning into this fight and will be able to bring down the Centaur.
I like how you quickly 180'd there. That was great. Oh, there's a gem on the floor here as well. Pasha has no buyback, and No One really doesn't want to use it. No One really doesn't want to use his buyback with 40 seconds left. This is
high ground.
A little bit of a worry.
Maybe a little bit more. Virtus Pro, their lead is diminishing, but more importantly, their base is diminishing. Ramses will take that stun to the face.
Look at these skeletons, dude. Die.
You
thought we were gone?
Yeah. First strike just about misses onto Ramses there. Queen of Pain's back in 5 seconds, but they've taken these racks. Let's see if they can get out clean. Virtus Pro, are they looking to chase this one? They've got an Enigma, but it's going to be kind of difficult.
Yeah, so I really wanted to try and find a +1 there at the end. Unfortunately, nobody showed themselves. Like you say, Alliance getting away cleanly. They're playing these fights really well at the moment.
They are. They are. Alliance seem to be hitting a bout of confidence. Let's try that.
The thing is, though, all it takes is like one mistake from Insania or something where Roger gets a big black hole off, and with this Axe now doing the extra damage from another Midnight Pulse, they can clear through any of the cores on Alliance so quickly.
There is a potential for some absolutely mind-melting plays. But Virtus Pro, they kind of need them right now. They're kind of relying on them, and that is never the situation you want to be in. You don't really want to be relying on a black hole when there is a Warlock in the game.
I'm really surprised they didn't give the Axe to like the Centaur or something instead on VP. I feel like you don't really want to rely on this black hole with the Axe synth. The damage reduction would be so nice here.
Yeah, I think it really would be, actually. It's hard to say otherwise, especially... I mean, Roger, he's gone for the black hole build, you know. He's got the blink, he's got the BKB, he's going for the refresh shard as well, refresher orb. But yeah, I mean, even Queen of Pain with it, to be honest, and I think could have been an option as well. Either Queen of Pain or Centaur would have been my first 2 choices, but...
the Queen of Pain's is okay, but it's not as big as the others. I think this Queen of Pain level 25, though,
Hold up. We got a Mars Aghanim Scepter, so this is one I actually haven't seen played before. competitive or otherwise, but it decreases the cooldown of God's Rebuke during Arena of Blood. Resets God's Rebuke cooldown when Arena of Blood is cast.
It was picked up at ESL Birmingham a couple of times.
Oh, was it?
As like a kind of damage item.
Gotcha.
Which helps tank you up a little bit as well, which is nice. But especially when he's about to hit this level 25, I assume he gets the 80% crit with the axe as well. Huge amounts of damage coming through from Boxy on that Mars.
Yeah, he does that talent. Ooh, yeah, this is going to be hitting hard.
On a 1.4 second cooldown, that's, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I can see this starting to hurt pretty soon. Where are we, Queen of Pain? She's already got the 25. She's got the Fear talent. That is fairly big. You got any other?
Do you know what I'm excited for?
What are you excited for, Mofara?
This Wraith King has just bought a Moonshard and he's got 3.6k gold. So he's like 6 slotted with a Moonshard. So do you know that what that means he's going to have to build next?
An Aghanim synth?
He's going to have to build the Axe. He doesn't have a choice anymore.
I don't know, he could go boost of travel.
Yeah, okay. He could, but... Come on. Play the game, Mickey.
Make the big plays.
Ramses is sitting on 8,000 gold here as well. He really doesn't want to buy it for that Scardy until he has buyback on top of it. It's very close. That's 300 gold away.
Ooh, quick there. I thought he just zipped into his death right now, but luckily immediately did a U-turn and zipped himself back, so...
Interesting that he went for the Bloodthorn on the Storm now as well. Like, there's BKBs on cores as well, so... Maybe he feels like, especially with the Ramses Butterfly, that if he can get the Bloodthorn on him before he gets his BKB off, try and just burst through him really quickly with that true strike from the Bloodthorn.
Now approaching the 50th minute in this game. It wouldn't be an Alliance game if it didn't go 50 plus minutes, would it? They've already had one today, haven't they?
To be fair, they beat VP pretty convincing earlier, I think, in the other series. I think the first game was 35 minutes. I can't remember what the second game was, but...
I think the second one was, like, really quick. Or maybe it was, I don't know, one of them they just GG'd out after a bad Roche fight.
Oh, wow.
I mean...
Warlock's picked up an Axe.
Goodness, all the Aghanims coming out right now.
Yeah, this is what I like. It's the Axe patch, boys. Let's go. I like this pickup on the Centaur, though. He's actually building a Spirit Vessel. It's not a Spirit Vessel, a Solar Crest. And with that extra armor coming through, could be really useful to try and protect like your Jug, or even used aggressively to bring down this Storm Spirit in a small duration of stun. Oh, look at Mickey here. He's actually, I think he's seen Ramses.
Ooh. Well, Solo's also been seen by Koikva here, and he's going to immediately jump on this guy, and yeah, that's going to be a very dead Lion. Meanwhile, Ramses going to TP out. Does Mickey have a bat? No, he's not. Okay. Just wanted to send a message.
Wraithie's quick buy at the moment.
Oh, no.
I think he might be about to change it to a Basher, though, I'll be honest.
Yeah, true. After that engagement, you would expect it, but then again, what would he swap out?
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Possibly the Radiance, but...
Oh.
We're not sure.
Yeah.
He might even just swap out the boots, to be honest. Just go for the Blink Abyssal.
True. But there's a lot of mobility on the side of Virtus Pro, so I feel like you rely a lot on the lockdown of your team. Which there is a bit, to be fair. There is a bit. Mickey just happy to sit on the front lines here. Did he go for the... Yeah, he did go for the Reincarnation, no mana cost. That's good. Tiger jumping in, Burrow strike forwards onto Passion. This could be the start of the fight as the sun comes out from Mickey on the backlines. Arena of Blood thrown out instantly, but no one's just finding up. The only slash back and through as well. Mickey might be losing his life. Yes, he certainly will be going down once. But Boxy just fighting on the front lines here, spamming out these God's Rebukes. But no one's actually died yet. Ola Mickey's first, but he might be falling for a second time here. Look at that black hole! He's gone three on the backlines! Roger! Bringing it down, and the finger to finish it off as well. Alliance are vaporized off the face of the earth, and Koikva caught on the backlines as well. Oh, Virtus Pro. That is how you take a fight. 50 minutes into the game, and they just open this game out wide for themselves.
Do you remember when we said all it takes is one big black hole and the game's suddenly like completely different?
Yeah, I think someone did mention that before.
I think that might have been it. I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, the creeps have pushed pretty far into the base, so the Juggernaut has to come back and deal with that. And unfortunately, their Roche potential is pretty crap until the Jug gets here. But with everybody dead for, a minute plus, it's a pretty safe Roche attempt. Who's this time?
The fourth Roche.
Oh, another Roche. Oh, right.
I would give it to the Centaur, but We'll have to see. Oh, see, look at this. Look at what the rating's queued up. This is what you're here for, guys.
Into the pit we go. Pasha and Ramses, brothers in arms, taking down the big boy. And the Alpha Wolf as well, helping out, doing his part. Let's see, he's cleared out a slot.
I mean, in these late game scenarios on the jug,
Running
this
slot, no
30%
one's
extra
the
damage
Aegis.
is...
There we go.
Who got it? Who got it?
Yeah, they gave it to the Centaur.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I'm not surprised. I think, you know, when this storm goes in or like the Sand King jumps in, you just use the Stampede defensively. You know, the 40% damage reduction is really key. It doesn't sound like a huge amount, but it's, you know,
Dire's middle barracks are under
pretty
attack.
massive. Solo passes over the gem to Pasha here as well.
Dire's
Refresher
middle
Shard,
barracks
Enigma,
is falling.
Alliance. They didn't buy back for Roshan, and they're not going to buy back for their base either, as the middle rack's being taken, but that's just going to equalize things out. Of course, they did take their own racks a little bit earlier on.
Dire's middle
Does Roger have the... he doesn't have the refresher ore, but he has the shard. Okay. Are you ready for the 3 black holes? I'm so excited.
Dire's bottom shrine is under
Just Roger
attack.
versus the world, 1 versus 5. Catch them all in the black hole and just keep it going.
I mean, that's what the last
Bottom
fight was,
shrine
right?
has
So...
fallen.
Don't know about that.
Feels like Tigers, I just want to say it now before another fight starts, but it feels like Tigers whiffed a couple of burrow strikes this game that have cost Alliance, maybe not cost Alliance the whole fight, that's difficult to say, but just a couple of whiffed initiations really hurts Alliance's chances.
Yeah, it's really hard. Tiger needs to be so decisive, but of course, if he starts off the fight on the wrong foot, then you put your whole team in a horrible position. But at the same time, if you're not quick enough, then the BKBs will come off, and then you lose the element of surprise.
Ooh, we get Shadow Blade on Enigma. Interesting. It's all about that initiation, all about the jump, so why not, I guess.
So now things looking much, much more substantially in Virtus Pro's favor. A 22k gold advantage. Look at that swing. Hooey. Flying up
Yeah,
to
this
the skies.
Juggernaut's got an extra 9,000 gold as well.
Yeah.
Oh, a bundle of Sky Snake's consumables. Lucky you, Pasha.
Wow. Good going, bud.
As if the
Dire's bottom
502 he has at the moment wasn't enough.
Dire's bottom tower has Radiant are scanning.
I mean, I guess on the flip side of things, no buybacks were actually used, so in terms of win conditions, there's still nothing really on the board for Virtus Pro. Didn't do that well, at least, and that was a cost of going for Oshan, but yeah, this Refresher Shard is going to be just another threat, something else for Alliance to hit down. It's almost like they're playing whack-a-mole with all the problems coming up, which Virtus Pro are presenting them, and Alliance, there's only so many fires they can put out at the same time.
I mean, if you get the jump in these fights, it's massive for you, right? Like, if you can get a big arena off at the start or a big burrow, but like we said, unfortunately, Alliance just haven't had that so far. Storm's so annoying. God damn. That
Yeah.
level 25 is just horrible to play against.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
What talent do you reckon Roger gets at 25?
I've
You
rarely
assuming he's got the
seen
Eidolons?
Yeah, I've rarely seen people skip
Radiant's
the
top
Eidolons.
tower is under attack.
It is
Especially
just
with
an
the
insane
damage
amount of
talent.
pushing talent. Yeah, he's got the damage at level 20. It's got to be.
Going for 5 BOTs just to do the bundle down lane trick.
Yeah, 2 heroes at top actually right now from Alliance, seeing if anybody's going to come forwards and try and defend this one. Boxy and Tiger do have enough damage between them to be able to take down most heroes on
We got
Virtus
Solo.
Pro.
You just trapped the wolf, dude. That's so rude.
Again, we're kind of settling back into this this quiet phase, but I feel like Virtus Pro should want to make something happen with this Aegis, but they don't have long left. In fact, 45 seconds is all they've got. I'm gonna go and take shrines, but otherwise, it's gonna be a pretty uneventful Aegis period.
I mean, it's so difficult, right? Though, like, look at their side lanes. Oh, Solo.
Hold on, yeah, he's gone for the farm. Their patience pays off. The Stampede comes
The
out,
damage
gonna
re-
give him the damage reduction, but it's not doing nearly enough. I mean, It was there.
Here comes
Now
the
Roger,
team,
he gets a two-man black hole, holding them still, cancelling the TPs, and that is going to be a vicious, vicious retaliation from Virtus Pro. You trade your Lion for 2 big kills. They do have buyback on these 2 heroes, but absolutely not the way they wanted that to go down.
You say that damage reduction doesn't do enough, but it delayed them enough.
Time. It
you know?
bought them time. Yeah, that's exactly right. And now Mickey, he's popped the BKB a little bit early here, but they're not going to try and chase on Virtus Pro. They're going to go for a gentlemanly push down the middle lane. Meanwhile, Quakever just trying to get a split push going on. I mean, they can't push any other lanes, they're both pushed out so far.
Why did Mickey go for the no reincarnation mana cost talent?
Lion.
Is that enough?
Terrifying.
Yes. Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
don't know.
if you don't do it and they see that you haven't done it, then they literally just buy a Diffusal Blade and it's like,
Dire's
oh,
top
well,
tower is under attack.
there's no way Racing's going to get enough mana to...
I guess it's better to be safe than sorry though as well, right? Like the skeletons in the late game aren't a massive deal. So.
Dire's bottom
Well,
The power of Jug.
Yep, buyback comes out from Tiger, and Virtus Pro will not be losing anything for that.
No, the skeletons.
The boys. They ain't lasting too long this time. They gotta come in and just deal with these guys. Get out of here, Illusions. Nearly 10,000 gold on Ramses. Just hanging out. Could also buy himself an Aghanim Sip if he wanted, but he wants to go for the MKB.
He's chilling.
Yep, getting rid of the phase boots, I think, since he's got the butterfly anyway. I mean, it's something, right?
It's so interesting that VP haven't put any focus on killing the Warlock in these fights either. Like, they're quite happy just to leave him alone because they understand that if Roger sits back and doesn't use the black hole, then Warlock just has to sit back and do nothing as well, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they don't really care about him.
How much? 9.7% movement speed from his Agi on the Juggernaut. So he's doing it 351, which isn't awful without boots.
Oh yeah, I mean in these late game engagements anyway, though, you want to be 6-slotted without the boots if you can, especially if he's been playing the way that he has, where you just run up high ground, right, with the spin,
Yeah.
and then just back off again. You just carry on doing that over and over again. How long till Roche is up here? Minimum respawn's about 50 seconds, so you've got a little bit of time.
Yeah, and it's actually slowly resetting.
You thought to tame the lion would disappoint you.
Oh, if Solo gets to level 25, man, this AoE Hex could actually be massive.
Yeah, that's not a bad time to get, is it?
Like, you never get to see this talent in pro games because it never gets to the point where a Lion can hit level 25. But, this might be one of them. He's not too close, but get in there.
Ooh,
Hush
they're
is
jumping
taking
in.
the
There's a Hex going on in the middle lane, but it's only the Wraith King there. A little bit scared to go, as Ramses does have this double damage. They can just clear himself out. They slant each other. Look at Roger. He's just flying in with the Shadow Blade right now, and the stun comes out, and that will be the Shadow Blade reveal. And doesn't result in much. The stun comes in. Boxy tries to get him back, but now just gets himself stuck inside the ground spike here, as they will be able to rip through. Boxy does have buyback. Mickey makes it to the high ground, but he popped the BKB for it, and the gem is on the deck. Not a good play from Boxy there.
Oh, Quakever tried to jump in to get the gem there, but
Yeah. The thing is,
Just
Boxy
about.
doesn't need to make those plays, I don't think. Like, surely that's the Storm's job. Now, they're just trying to jump through, try and take down this Juggernaut quickly, but the Hex comes out, the Lotus Orb as well. Juggernaut's actually dropping here. He's just gone. He's out of this fight. Virtus Pro, they need to get away. They pop the Stampede to try and make the run here, but now it's run off. They might get caught out. They're jumping forwards. They're being very hesitant on the side of Alliance to actually chase this one. They seem scared. They don't have Boxy, so it is a 4-on-4, but without the Juggernaut, that does feel Alliance favored, but there is just too much for them to be worried about.
yeah, especially with the Roshan spawning as well. Like, you don't want to commit to a silly
Unspawning?
fight there. Sorry?
Did you say unspawning?
Oh, I didn't mean to if I did. Oh, I said respawning.
That's alright.
I thought you'd have known the sound of my rees by now.
They're jumping forward onto the quad, but she immediately blinks herself away.
Storm's got Axe queued up. How exciting.
Everyone's just blinking around
Cool.
each other right now. Did Wraith King ever get his? No, he didn't. The Hex comes out, though. Wraith King could be in some trouble right now, as he's going to be losing his first life here, definitely. Wraithfire Blast come out, and that's going to pop this Blinkins, which means he can jump in with the Hex immediately silenced as well, up onto the Queen of Pain, but Loadsword going to help her out a little bit here. Mickey stunned up, trying to get himself out. He needs to be careful, he doesn't have another life right now. Quakevet on the run. Alliance trying to get to some high ground, some kind of defensive position they can actually hold here as a ground spike misses. Virtus Pro, they get the buyback on Ramses as well. That is actually really big. The buyback on Ramses, it gives Alliance an option now.
Yeah, that's key, especially when this Roja spawned. Like, if VP take a bad fight now where Ramses manages to get picked off at the start, this 25k net worth advantage suddenly won't mean anything. No one still has a spare slot, and he's got 7,500 gold at the moment. I'm wondering what he's got, decided in his head. Like, do they want something like an AC, or do they want a Shivas? Maybe even like a Nullifier to pair up with the Bloodthorn?
Illusion?
Yeah, the Nullifier sounds like a really good option.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
I
attack.
don't think there's any Lotus Orbs on Alliance. Oh, yeah.
Tiger has
one.
one.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm surprised Boxy doesn't have one, but he's got, he's missing an item slot still as well. With that wand capable of being replaced. Solo's a little bit far
Radiant's
forward.
bottom shrine is under attack.
So what are the spells which come into their own at this late stage in the game? 61 minutes in, I mean, obviously Fatal Bonds goes without saying. The big percentage-based spells, Midnight Pulse as well.
Radiant's bottom shrine.
Yeah, I mean, like we said before, all it takes is one big black hole, right?
Nikkei, he's holding on for the time being, but the Lotus Orb reflects the stun, so Pasha can't actually go in for the stomp, but meanwhile Ramsey's just in the pit, and well, Nikkei's going to go in to get this vision, but look at the damage he's taking right now. The spin comes out from Jug, but with the Stampede, they're going to be able to chase down Mickey. However, this means there's no Stampede for the rest of the fight, which means that damage jump coming in there. Roger coming in with the black hole as well, but they're being forced out of it by the Scream of Pain. Roger, he's got the Refresher Orb, he's going for the second one, he's got Koifa locked down, the deal got 4 of them, all of it inside of it. Roger, he's tearing them apart. They're just disappearing, but the buyback's coming in thick and fast for Alliance right now. This fight is not over, but Virtus Pro do seem to be repelled as they back themselves away. No response as of yet, but Roshan so low. The Golem's inside, one giving them vision on Roshan, the other one just scouting out anybody who's nearby. Solo, he's got the Aeon Disc. Chilling out for the time being. Mickey back into the Roshan pit. Roger coming in from behind. He's got another black hole. He's used the Refresher Orb. Roger, can he do it again? Mickey comes in though. He's got the stun. They've got the vision. They've got the damage. He's got the Aeon Disc though to try and keep himself back. Meanwhile, Roshan getting super low here. Roger is getting dropped. Meanwhile, Solo sneaking away on the sidelines. Doesn't have much health. Koikfa back into the pit. Mickey there as well. Doesn't look like Virtus Pro can go for anything. Roshan goes down and the booty inside. All going to Alliance right now as Koikfa has a little bit of inventory mismanagement problems, but does eventually grab himself that Aegis.
Okay, this is big.
Wow.
See who picked up the Refresher for Alliance?
It was Mr. Warlock, I believe.
The Warlock. So, where this Refresher came out from the Enigma before, and he only had one chaotic offering, he's got 2 this time. So even if Roger pops the Refresher and uses the black hole again, he's going to be able to cancel it a second time, which means Alliance, they got 3 of them wiped pretty quickly in that last engagement, but not going to happen again this time. They really want to force something before the Jug comes back up again.
Top tower is under attack.
Just a quick read on buybacks. We've got Queen of Pain, we have Roger, we have Pasha, and we have Solo with buybacks. Tigers will be coming up shortly as well.
Storm has an axe here as well.
Look at that AoE Hex coming in, but he's going in both. He gets 3 inside the Electric Vortex, but now gets hexed up immediately. But Boxy doing the damage. He's got them inside the arena. They can't get themselves out. Down goes that Aegis though. Mickey trying to fight up in the front line. He's got Reincarnation available as well. The double hex comes out, keeping Solo alive. Should be able to get out of this one, and now they turn around. Mickey's taking damage, but he's of course got that Reincarnation. The finger will finally finish him off, but the kill get popped down. In comes Quakever zipping his way through. Boxy though caught on the back lines here. He doesn't have a way. Oh, he finds another black hole onto 2 massive targets. Insania, he can't get off the ultimate. He's just going to go down, and this is going to be Storm and Boxy dead for 120 seconds. Roger always finding it, never where you expect him to be, and always having these huge impacts, and he's got another one. Tiger, hold still. He's got buyback on Tiger right now, so he doesn't mind actually if he can make some space here, and they've actually used the Stampede to try and bring him down. Tiger, if he can lead them on a big chase, this is all he wants to do right now. But this could be VP giving up for the time being and refocusing on the middle lane. There's 2 heroes dead without buyback. This is really their opportunity to win the game right now. They have an opportunity to do this. However, they're playing into double Golem, there's also an opportunity for Alliance to defend, but my god, is it going to be hard.
I mean, that was such a sick black hole by Roger, though. He managed to catch the Warlock in it as well. With the
Yeah,
storm.
there's no counter initiation. They're just jumping in straight away. Tiger's in the middle of everybody right now. He's got the Iron Disc, of course, has that buyback, but with the Omni Slash jumping through, not really doing anything. Eventually, Tiger is gonna fall. Sorry, that was not the Omni Slash. He's still got it available, but oh, Wraith King just straight up disappears. Coming in. Tiger, he's going for it. Insania's got the Golem as well. They're being very cautious about this one, though, as the Omni Slash just gets dragged onto Tiger and brings him down. Now it's a two-man defense. Is this really going to happen? I highly doubt it. Mike jumping into everybody right now, and there's a first Golem. He's throwing down the upheaval. He's waiting on the second Golem, and actually, in the meantime, Mike's just dying. Mike is dead. No Refresher Shard used. And Insania, it's game over for Alliance. Game number 1 will be going for Virtus Pro, and they will throw down that black hole. Because why not? Because you've already won. Basically, the fireworks at this stage as Virtus Pro are going to take game number 1 in this best-of-3 series. Alliance do take a fall. A long game. 65 minutes in. And unfortunately for Alliance, they do not